All right, my friends. Today we have some seriously grounding yoga. You don't have to get down and dirty like me, but if you're open to sinking into the sand, dirt, or grass while we practice, it might help you feel more grounded. If you are joining me by connecting to the elements today, tune into the physical sensations this environment brings as we move. We begin in mountain pose, warming up the body with 3 rounds of sun salutations. Find one big breath. Inhale, reach fingers up to the sky, and exhale, fold. Halfway lift, plant the hands, step back, high plank pose, taking a nice strong chaturanga. Inhale and exhale over the toes, downward facing dog. Make your way up to the top of the mat and extend through the spine before folding over. Exhale. Root to rise, hands reach up to the sky, and we begin again, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up, exhale, fold. Halfway lift, plant the hands, plank pose, vinyasa, moving with your breath. Starting to feel the synchronicity. Making your way up to the top of the mat and finding your last sun salutation A at your own pace. Using your breath as your only guide here. We meet in downward facing dog whenever you arrive. Pedaling out through the feet, finding a breath, sweeping the right leg up and tapping the foot down. Taking 4 of these, finding length through the back of the leg, and on the 5th one, keeping the leg up, bending the knee, and stacking the hips. Taking just a few breaths, then drawing the knee in towards the elbow, tapping each elbow 3 times. Drawing the navel in, working through the core. Plant the right foot, arms come up, big high lunge. On your next inhale, sweep the arms forward, chest comes towards the thigh. Interlace the arms, eagle, and inhale, bring them up overhead. Beautiful. One more breath. And exhale, slowly unravel warrior 2, sinking through the hips. Reach forward and back, peaceful warrior. Windmilling around, plant the left hand, reach the right up for a twist. Exhale, reach back for the foot. Inhale, lift up 3 times. Framing the right leg, extend the legs, flexing the right foot, pyramid pose. Then bending the right knee, carefully step back through downward facing dog to repeat on the other side. Left leg sweeps up, and we tap the ground or the mat 4 times. And opening the hips, flexing the foot. Take a moment to notice your bodily sensations, especially if you're getting down and dirty like I am. And tap both of your elbows 3 times. Plant the left foot, reach up nice and high. And inhale, chest towards thigh. Other arms, eagle. Inhale, reach up, grounding down through the feet. On your next exhale, unravel and windmill around, nice strong warrior 2. Reach forward and flip the palm, reach overhead. Windmill around, big, big twist. And exhale, reach for the left foot. And after your 3rd one, we can straighten the legs and take your pyramid pose that I missed on this side. before meeting in downward facing dog and making your way to the top of the mat or by your hands, sinking the hips down into a nice big squat. We stay here for a little bit, drawing connection from the earth, from the mat, noticing your contact points, exhaling any energy, any thoughts, any breaths we no longer need. Releasing tension, staying here with hands at heart, or we can add in any binds, side stretches that feel good. Connecting back to the breath. Making this practice what you need it to be. On this next inhale, send a love to yourself. And on your exhale, send a love to somebody else. Knowing that all of your thoughts matter. Your intentions matter. Taking your last breath in Malasana before coming back through center, straightening the legs, heel-toeing the feet back underneath the hips, and finding a nice halfway lift. Bending the knees a few times, working through the joints, before preparing for a nice little balance sequence. Beautiful, lifting the heels, squatting the hips down towards the heels, keeping the fingertips on the mat or the ground if you need to. But if you want to challenge your balance, if it feels okay, raise the arms above the head. Find your focus point. Breathe. And releasing the heels down, making your way into chair pose, nice and strong. Exhale, twist to the right side, palms together. Coming back through chair pose, carefully lift the right leg and cross it over the left knee, sinking back into the hips. You got this. One last breath. And then straighten the legs. Right knee comes up in front of the chest, in front of the hips. And then open for tree pose. Find your version. I have to hold on to my ankle, otherwise it'll slip down my leg. But find a little side bend if it feels okay to you. Or maybe open both of your arms above the head like big tree branches. Feeling your chest expand as your hips open. Carefully coming the knee back in front of the hips and then reaching for the ankle, getting a nice stretch in the front of the leg. Sending the pelvis forward and the knee down. And sweeping that leg in front of the hips, extending and reaching for the foot with the right arm. On your next breath, try to let go of the foot with your hand and hold there. Find a nice active leg before sweeping it behind into a nice and sturdy warrior three. Take your time to get there. Preparing for a half moon pose, left fingertips find the ground, trying to stack the hips and reach the right arm up to the sky. Meeting yourself where you're at. Then square the hips and extend and bend the right leg, coming into a little standing split flow. Plant the right foot, find chair pose to repeat on the left side. Exhale, prayer twist to the left. Beautiful. Make your way back through chair pose to standing figure four. Finding any modifications or variations you need to fit your body and your practice. One more breath. Sink lower before straightening the leg, left knee in front of the hips, stork pose. Opening for tree. Taking your version and holding for about 5 to 7 breaths. Releasing when you need to, and carefully finding your quadricep stretch. Move carefully through these transitions. There is no need to rush if you need to move a little slower. And releasing on your next exhale, extending the leg in front, grabbing onto the big toe with the left hand. The right hand can come to the hip as we prepare to release the foot and use your own strength to keep it afloat. Beautiful. Squeeze through the legs and carefully sweep it behind. Chest coming parallel to the ground. Warrior three. Hold here for another breath. And carefully transition into half moon. Stacking the hips, reaching the left fingertips high. Releasing down into our standing splits, a little mini flow, bending the knee. And then planting the left foot. Carefully hug your knees, reaching onto opposite elbows. We can bend down and kind of round through the back. Then releasing and slowly rolling up to a nice standing position. Reaching the arms up high. And exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, draw the chest up. Finding a slight back bend. Palms face forward. Exhale, sweep the arms in front of the chest. finding a little standing cat-cow. Inhale, arms come back. Exhale, they come in front. Finding your own rhythm. Whatever arm movements feel good. And releasing back to a nice standing position whenever you're ready. Working through the bottom of the right foot, lifting the heel, coming down onto the ball. Planting the heel and lifting the left. Working through the bottoms of the feet, giving the ankles a little break from that standing balance sequence. And we can end here in mountain pose if you wish. Or you can follow me down onto the ground and get extra dirty. Sitting on the knees, taking the hands on top of the thighs, taking a few breaths. Noticing how you feel in this moment. Before lifting up into a kneeling position onto the knees. Finding a slight little back bend, maybe taking a side camel, making sure to carefully switch sides and not push yourself too far. We didn't have a super long warm-up for back bends in this sequence, so be sure to listen to your body and what it's telling you. And if it feels all right to you, tuck the toes, reach the hands back for the ankles, and find a full camel. Breathing nice and full. Carefully lifting out whenever you're ready and sinking back onto the heels. Reaching the hands forward for a nice active child pose before walking them to the right side. Opening up through the left side of the ribs. Lifting up, drawing the hands by the right knee, finding a nice seated twist. Coming back through center, in through our nice child pose, length in the lower back, and over to the left side. Reaching up, finding your twist. And back to center. Finding a comfortable position where you can take a few last breaths. A few more breaths coming home to yourself. Letting this practice seep in. Seeing if there's anything else you need. My body was craving a little extra opening in the front and a little more of a side stretch. Take what you need. Give yourself some self-care. And wherever you are, end this practice today with awareness of your breath. awareness of your body. If you got dirty like I did, in the dirt, in the sand, in the grass, notice how it made you feel, if it made you feel any different. And on these last few breaths, I humbly thank you for joining me and practicing together today. I really hope you had as much fun with this practice as I did, and I look forward to the next time I see you. Have a blessed rest of your day, my dear friend.